Welcome back to A Grim Life, and I am here with Topps 2025 Pro Debut Hobby Box for us to open. I opened another one earlier. That's what this little stack is all about. And for some reason, the camera didn't focus at all. So the whole thing was just a blurry mess. So unfortunately, there's only going to be one video for this instead of two. So I'm going to do a little recap of what we found in the first box, and then we'll get to ripping this box. Just as an overview, this is some of the bigger name prospects in their minor league teams. Very similar to kind of like the Bowman, except Bowman had them all in their major league teams. This is actually them playing on whatever team they were with when they took pictures. So it says 4 autographs per box. We have 6 packs with 24 cards per pack. And there's a bunch of different parallels and things. The last box I opened had a bonus auto, so I got 5 autographs. I believe we had 6 numbered cards and a bunch of other goodies. We do have some inserts to look at. I'm not real keen on the inserts. I don't think they look that great. Ballpark promos. So we have 2 of those. There were 2 of these that had like the team mascot with them. Then there was 2 of these League Elite cards. And then there was 2 of these drafted cards. I'm kind of meh. I could kind of do without those. I'd rather have the extra hit or an extra parallel or something along those lines. Those parallels just don't do it for me. So let's just do a quick review, show you what I ended up getting out of that last box. We had a PJ Morlando. This was out of 175 on the Speckle. We had a Nick Morabito out of 75. I guess that's an aqua or teal. We had a 1 out of 25 on-card chrome auto of Colin Houck. That's pretty cool. We have Chris Cortez blue, and that was out of 150. And a Rodney Green base paper auto. So that was 5 autos out of there. We had 1 unnumbered X-Fractor parallel. We had a Jack Penny purple, and that was out of 299. See, we're having trouble focusing here, and I don't know why that is. This is a new issue. We had a blue out of 150. I guess that's like a ray wave or a lava. It's something swirly and speckly in chrome. But that was out of 150. We had a Kyle Teal on a teal. Out of 75. We had an Agustin Ramirez speckle, and that was out of 175. And we had a green Jonathan Santucci, and that's out of 99. And then we had a Braden Taylor Chrome Gold out of 50. So those were the hits of the last box. So decent amount of color and autos coming out of here. Some of the bigger name people we found, of course, Kevin McGonigal, Yoendry Morales, Nick Kurtz, probably one of the big ones in there. Connor Griffin's one of the big ones. Walker Jenkins, Matt Shaw, Christian Campbell, Leo DeVries, J.J. Weatherholt, Jesus Made, Jason Churio, Chrome of Sammy Basayo, Cam Smith, Jack Caglione, Charlie Condon, and Matt Shaw. So some decent hits, decent prospects / rookies. Some of these guys are up in the majors now. Or not now, their season's over. But anyway, that's kind of what we're looking at. This thing just does not want to focus. So let's check this box out. Lefty's right behind me. He's going to watch with us and see what we come up with. So Lefty, give us some good luck here. Let's get Nick Kurtz auto, Connor Griffin auto, something good like that. Pretty cool. And of course, I'm always looking for my Phillies, the minor league Phillies there. I did pull a chrome Aiden Miller in the last box as well. So let's pull these aside. And we'll start. Gonna get right into it. No dilly-dallying here. All right, we're going to start off with Jack Caglione here on the paper. And that is out of focus again. Come on, focus. Tehran Lorenzo, Thomas White, Brandon Sproat, Theo Gillen, Demetrio Crisantes, Billy Emick, Lisbel Diaz, Michael Arroyo, Jared Sundstrom, Gerald Perez, Sam Antonacci, Arjun Nimala, Blake Wright. We have Jared Cerna, Jose Fernandez. There's one of these ballpark promos, and the hits are usually right behind this, in between here and the chrome stuff. So we're going to look at the chrome first and then see what the hit is. We got Billy Emick, and the chromes here, looks like there's a scratch there. I don't know if that'll wipe out or not. Let's just take a peek and see what happens when we give the microfiber. Alright, that kind of took care of it, so that must just have been a scuff. A couple little dots up there, nothing great. Bernard Moon, Ben Hess, there's Sammy Basayo again, Nate Nankill, and Travis Honeyman on the chromes. So, get a nice batch of chromes, and it kind of works similar to Bowman. You have your papers, then any kind of hits, and then your chrome cards. All right, so we said the ballpark promos. There's our first auto. We got a paper auto of Jared Thomas of the Grizzlies. So, and that's one thing you'll see in this and these with the minor league teams. You'll get to see the wide gamut of crazy names they have for their teams. Gone are the days when the minor league teams just kind of used the major league team's name. They have their own stuff, all kinds of things going on. All right. We're going to kind of go right through the paper stuff here. Chrome and the hits are kind of what we're looking for, unless I see one of the big name folks that we're kind of hunting for here. We're just going to blaze through. There's Walker Jenkins again. Of course, I'm looking for Harrisburg Senators as well. There's Kevin McGonigal. Of course, having gone through this a second time now, I've seen these a few times. Here we have a few hits. There's an upside down card. So let's, I see an auto. So we're going to go like this. So we can hide all that stuff till the end. Kavaris Tears, or Tears, I don't know how you pronounce his last name. There's Cam Smith. That's always a good one. George Lombard Jr. We got Luis Almeida. Seaver King. There's Colin Houck. And then we'll get into the good stuff. All right, we got Jonathan Santucci out of 199 on the purple. So there's our first numbered hit. Here's one of these ballpark promo things. There's Jason Churio. And we got a chrome numbered here out of 125 on the purple. Ryan Campos. And we have another auto. This is going to be an on card out of 199. Gage Miller of the Sky Carp. So there we got two autos right off the bat already. So it'd be kind of nice if we got another bonus here to go along with the first box. Bonus hits are always fun. All right. Ben Hess is starting this pack off. There's our Eduardo Tate for my Phillies with the Threshers. Put him off to the side. I didn't take notice to see how many are in the checklist, so I apologize for that. And that's Frederick Nationals. So he'll probably, if he hadn't already made it to Harrisburg, he'll probably be there next season. All right. Not getting anything too crazy. All right, we got, looks like some throwback cards here. So we'll throw that all to the side. And we'll do the chrome first. Herrick Hernandez. All right, we got chrome of Eduardo Tate. Jared Sundstrom. Nathan Flewelling. Shoosh. Jay Bashirs. Trey Morgan is going to be our chromes. All right, so Behind Boston Bateman, we have Cliff Lee. There we go. On the 76 design. And that is numbered out of 99. So that's cool. Of course, he played for our Phillies for a little bit in the late 2000s, early 2010s. It's a fantastic pitcher. And that was with the Buffalo Bisons. So there we go. Of course, the 76 design is what the Heritage set is based on this year as well. And then we have Alex Gordon with the Wichita Wranglers on the 76 design as well. That is not numbered. So that's just fun. We didn't get any of these in the last box. So behind the league elites, just stick that in there. Dalton Rushing. We got Cole Fontenelle out of 150 on the blue wavy, sparkly, whatever design. I can't keep all them different names of parallels straight. There's so darn many of them. Can't keep them all straight. And since I'm not a breaker and do this multiple hundreds of hours a week, I can't keep track. All right, Ty Pete's going to start us off. And we're going to move. There's another Thresher, Griffin Burkholder. So far, I've only found one Harrisburg Senator in this set. So I don't know. It must only be one because we're pretty well through this box already. We're over halfway through. Colson Montgomery on the League Elites. Jacob Cozart. And we'll get into our chromes. So no hits in this one. Jack Caglione on the chrome. That's a pretty good one. Thayron Lorenzo, Thomas White, Charlie Condon, Carson Williams, and Dylan Dreiling. We'll finish that pack out. So that's an unusual so far that we have had a pack no hits of any kind in there. So usually we have something in every pack, even if it's just an insert or something else. All right, Jonathan Long starts us off here for the Smokies. We'll move through these here. Luke Keyshaw, that's a good one. Dante Nori, there's one of the Phillies' higher prospects, higher rated ones. Carson Benj. John Spikerman, there's another Philly prospect. Hidalgo, Christian Moore, and we have a X-Fractor behind here. And we have another numbered card. All right, Matt Shaw is our first chrome out of here. Ty Southesine, I guess. Bryce Eldridge. We got Kyle DeBarge, Chase Harlan, and Kalen Culpepper for our chromes. There's Yeremi Cabrera. We have Matt Shaw on the X-Fractor. Very nice. We got Kevin McGonigal on the team logo things. And we got another auto. It's going to be for the Shrimp. The Jumbo Shrimp. This is going to be Augustin Ramirez. On the green out of 99 it should be. Yep. Out of 99. That's our next auto. So that's 3 of our autos. So it looks like we're not going to get a bonus auto this pack. So we have our last pack, which means our last auto should be in here as well. Hopefully they didn't mess us up here and short us a hit. All right, but we're going to start off with Vladimir Restituyo. And we're going to move straight through all the others. Trey Savage, Cam Smith, Lombard, Weatherholt, Cooper Pratt. A lot of these names you'd be familiar with if you saw the Bowman set. Sorry, we got our 150 there. So we got some upside down stuff. So we'll do that last. Our chromes, Brandon Sproat, Theo Gillen, Demetrio Cristantes, Eddie Rinders, and I got another chrome of Aiden Miller. Stick him over here. And we got Blake Wright. So no chromed, actually no Nick Kurtz, I don't think at all out of this box. That's kind of a bummer. All right, so there's our last auto. Tyson Lewis for the ACL Reds. Kind of a ho-hum name there. Nothing crazy. Griff O for all. There's another number. That's a refractor out of 199. Marcelo Mayer. It's one of the bigger name rookies we're looking for an update. There's Kalen Culpepper, and our last card and our last hit out of 150, we have Brody Hopkins for the Hot Rods in the blue. All right. So that's going to do it for this box. We had the little preview and highlight from the first box I opened. And that's pretty much going to do it. We do have some other stuff coming up here soon. I have a Jumbo Chrome update box ordered. And I have 2 boxes of Allen and Ginter ordered. So when they arrive, I believe next month, we'll open those up, take a look, see what we've found in there. I am working currently on a video from the weekend with the Millersburg Ferry dry docking. So that's in progress. That should be out this week as well. We have RC Explosion coming this week. Should be towards the end of the week, I believe. It just shipped today. So we should have that by the end of the week to take a look at as well. So lots of things coming up here. I hope you enjoy this. And if you did, I would hope that you'd hit the subscribe button down there. Like, share, all that kind of stuff that puts the page or the channel out into the world that everybody can see and jump in on. And see if we can't get this thing going. I have 70-ish. 72, 75 subscribers last I looked. I doubt we'll hit 100 by the end of the year, but that'd be kind of cool. Be a nice Christmas present to hit 100. So let's try and make that push, I guess, and see what we can come up with. So I appreciate everybody watching. Hope you enjoyed again. Thanks for everything. That's going to do it for me and for Lefty up here. He's kind of got the look on like, that's what we got out of that box. It's all right. It's cool. Nice little fun rip. So, all right. Enough of that. We'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.